What up, guys? Your boy Vtec, and welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing great. It is that time of year that people are filing their income taxes. So what do they do with that money when they get it back? Most of the time, they use that money to get themselves a project car, to get a cool car to get into the car scene. So today, I'm gonna tell you what is the best car you should get, and that is a Dodge Dart. I know you just paused the video, you got off, but you gotta listen to me. The Dodge Dart is a pretty cool car, and I'm gonna explain to you why it's a pretty cool car that you can get right now. Now that we're talking about the Dodge Dart, we're not talking about the one from the 60s. That's a cool Dart. I ain't gonna lie. But we're talking about the one from 2013 to 2015. 2017, my bad. That Dart, it's a whole different thing. It only lasted 5 years, unfortunately. And I think it's because Dodge was trying to compete. Like, they were trying to get into the tuner world because before they had the Dodge Neon. And after that, they didn't have anything else. So they brought the Dart thinking they can compete with Toyota Corolla, the Honda Civic, the Volkswagen Jetta, the Volkswagen Golf, and it couldn't. It didn't live up to the expectation that they thought. It kind of hit them. It kind of hurt them a lot financially, so that's why they had to discontinue the Dart. Also, a lot of people were going to the SUV kind of world. They didn't really care about the compact kind of car anymore. Because you can see it today. A lot of people have more SUVs than compact. The cool thing that Dodge did with the Dodge Dart, it gave it 12 cool colors. Not gonna lie, if you're trying to buy a Dodge Dart now, the hard colors that it's hard to get is the header orange, the pea color, winter chill, and lagoon blue. Those four are the hardest colors you can find today. The most common ones you're gonna find is like bright silver, bright white, the blue color, the black one. Because that's those are common colors you can get right now. But if you can find yourself a header orange, you're in luck. Cause that color is very nice. I ain't gonna lie. And before we get into the motor, what kind of type of power this car had, and what kind of motors they offered, we gotta talk about the trims because that's important too. Because when you're trying to buy one of these cars, there's different kind of trims you can get. Like some are cheaper and some are gonna be more expensive. So you gotta see what fits your budget the most. So the first trim they had about like what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They had 600 trims. They had the SE base model, very budget friendly. It was basic. The car didn't have no backup cameras, stock radio. That's pretty much it. It was a basic car gets you to point A to point B. They had the SXT had a little bit more features, but not everything. Now this is my favorite trim, and it's the Rally. It's the most sportiest one out of all of them. It had the backup camera. It had the cool racetrack tail lights. Some of them had touchscreen radio. That was pretty cool during that time. Cause a lot of companies were introducing like all the cool features, touchscreen stuff like that. The next one's the Arrow one. This was really cool because it had like the cool clusters. They had like it had like what turn signals on the mirror. Had push to start. Had all the cool stuff. The Limit as well had like leather interior, all that stuff. But the hardest one to get is the GT. So if you find yourself a GT, if you want a GT, it's gonna cost more money. I think they're going like for $8,000, $7,000, which is crazy. If you're trying to get a Dodge Dart, the best one to get is a Rally or the Arrow or the Aries. But if you get yourself a Rally, you can just add like the cool cluster and all that stuff. So I suggest you get yourself a Rally. It's the better one for your bang for your buck. Dodge did have like 3 concept cars they wanted to do. They had a GLH Dodge Dart that had like upgraded Brembos and cooler rims. They had an RT one that had like a different kind of bumper and a different like a carbon fiber hood, and they had like a Scat Pack one that had more horsepower. I think it was a 2.4 with turbo. I don't know, pretty sure. They didn't like talk about the motor. All you saw was like the exterior and like the cool big brakes. They had like carbon lips and stuff like that. It's kind of sad not to see these concept cars in real life, but you can low key kind of make these because they do sell like the rear diffuser on eBay for this car like for $75. So you could make your own concept car that comes to reality. Now, under the hood of the Dodge Dart, they had different options you could have got over the years. The motor you can get is a 2.4 liter Tiger Shark that had 160 horsepower. You had the 2.4 liter Tiger Shark, what had 184 horsepower, and you had the 1.4 turbo. It had 160. It is the same motor that's in the Fiat 500. For me, these cars are not fast, so the motor that I'm going for is the 1.4 turbo because it's kind of cool. You have a little turbo, you hear a little blow off valve. That's the coolest part. Because again, these cars are not fast, but that's the fun thing about these cars because you'd rather go fast in a slow car than slow in a fast car. So the 1.4s are going to be a little hard to get because a lot of people do want those more. But if you can't get a 1.4, I suggest get yourself a 2.4. But you can't go wrong with either because at the end of the day, they're all kind of the same thing. Also, if you like to drive a stick, the Dodge Dart is actually a great car. It's a great first manual car you can get. The clutch is kind of smooth, the gears are kind of light, and the parts are not too expensive if you burn the clutch on this car. So if you're learning how to drive stick, this is the best car for you at the moment. Alright guys, I'm going to show you 3 darts that I found on Facebook Marketplace that are pretty good deals at the moment right now. The first one is a 2013 Dodge Dart Rally, which I think it's the best trim to get. They only want 2,500 for it. It has 100,000 miles on this car, which is not bad for a car that's over 10 years old. So it is black. Everyone loves black cars because black tints on this car, black rims on it, makes it really nice. Really nice. This car can look like. The interior is kind of hurt because it is an old car, but all these parts are easy to get. You can go to junkyard and replace all stuff like this. The steering wheel's not bad. Basic Dodge steering wheel. I think it's the same one as in the Charger too. That during that time, the 2012 Charger has mesh interior, so it's not gonna get too hot in the summer. That leather is kind of bad. That's what the other trims have. So I think the mesh is the best one to get. Touchscreen radio, pretty good. Not gonna lie, it's pretty good. It's not bad. Like, I don't know why people don't like the Dodge Dart. I think it's really cool. Look at the front. The all black, it's so great. The lip is broken on this car, but you can always replace the lip. I think it's like 75 bucks on eBay. A lot of aftermarket support on eBay for this car. It's really good. New headlights, you can go on eBay. I can think like 200 bucks you can get them. It is a 1.4, you guys can see right here. So it's not bad. Like, there's no dent on that stuff. So for this price, it's really good. So let's get to the other one. It is also a 2013 Dodge Dart. They want a little bit more because it is a manual too. It has 135,000 miles on it. Not bad, to be honest. It is a silver color, so it's like a generic color. It has stuff done to it. Like yeah, it kind of has pool noodles, but that's the stuff they sell for this car. Like, he could have got a different intake for he could have got a different intercooler piping. I think Engine sells pretty good ones. The intake too, he could have got an engine intake for this car too. It looks like he has the turbo powder coating, which is kind of tough. I know my boy said he wants to do this. He has a turbo blanket, pretty cool. Definitely has the cool cluster that everyone wants. Nice radio. See, he's going all the parts. This is not bad for 39. It's not bad if you're trying to buy a car already done. It has an upgraded turbo, which is pretty cool. Not gonna lie, because if you think about it, if you go back to the other one, it was 2,500, and like you're getting all these parts for 39. It's not bad. It has an exhaust done. That's pretty good too. What is this? Oh, it has a tune on it. Not bad. I'm not gonna lie. This is a pretty good deal. It is stick shift. There's no video on it, so kind of bad. This is a pretty good deal for what it is. So if you're interested, 39, not a bad deal. So last third we're gonna get into is another black one. I don't think this is a 1.4. I think this is a 2-liter. It is a GT, so it is more expensive. Looks nice. A 2.4 has a nicer kind of rims. I low-key like the rally rims better. Wait, this is like a limited rim, so the rally rims. My friend painted them black. They look really dope. The GT rims are kind of sucky, not gonna lie. So, this car has a little ding on it. I'm saying, people who got the GT, they really be hyping the price on these too much. To be honest, if you get yourself a rally that's way cheaper, or even this one right here, it's a really good bang for your buck. So, these are good examples that you can find on Facebook Marketplace. There's more. You are going to find some cheaper ones that might have more problems, but that's what you get when you're trying to finesse everything and get like a cheaper car. Alright guys, if you're going to modify your Dart, I hope you get the 1.4. It's the best one you can get that has like a good aftermarket support, because like again, the 1.4 is also in the Fiat 500, so there's more stuff out there for this motor. Like, there's more intake manifold options. There's more. The catback exhaust is going to be the same thing for all the Darts. There's only like 1 or 2 brands that sells them. So as long as you want to do a custom one, go ahead, do that. You can get stuff ECU tune. You can get this for all the other ones, but there's more options for the 1.4. And there's turbo upgrades that you can get for the 1.4. As we saw from the silver one, it had a Garrett turbo on it, which is not bad. I know for the Fiat 500, they sell like cams you can get, upgraded pistons, ARP head stuff. But again, you're going to spend a lot of money on this car, and you're not going to go that fast, because I think if you tune this car and do all the work, I think from 160 you can get to like 250, which is still a lot if you think about it. For like your first kind of project car, first kind of car you're getting, and you can upgrade that much. It's not bad, not going to lie. Yeah, so when you're getting a Dart, you're not just jumping into like a solo thing. There's people out there who's ready to help you every single day. So just find those forums and find those groups on Instagram, stuff like that. And they're going to be very nice. You can help you figure out stuff with your car. They'll help you, guide you. What do you want to do to your car and stuff like that. So before you buy one of these cars, look into that. If you like the community, like what people do to their cars, that's a good thing you should do. So we're at the end of the video. So let me see. Is the Dodge Dart worth it for you? For someone who wants a style and a manual opportunity, a fun little torquey car, budget build, do you like it? I think it's a great thing to get, to be honest. So guys, we're gonna wrap up the video here. I hope you guys liked this video. Again, I think a Dodge Dart is a pretty good car. It is cheap to car. There is a good fan base out there. There is cheap parts out there if you're gonna just do like exterior mods for it. So go ahead and get yourself a Dodge Dart. And again, get yourself the 1.4. I think it's the best Dart you can get. So if you like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up down there too, and share this to anyone who you think should get a Dodge Dart low key. So I'm gonna catch you on the next one, guys.